Big role.
Hi, we're just going to talk to you about a bit of the history of Bavaria, beer company, and we're going to talk about the Erasmus trip to it in Lieshout.
Yes.
So, Oscar.
Yeah, cool, right. History first of all. In 1719, the Murray's family, they owned this small brewery, and it was, I've written here, they brewed delicious and satisfying artisanal beer. Doesn't seem like something I'd say, but alright. One day, in the early 1700s, a daughter of the Murray's family married the son of the Swinkle's family. And in 1764, their descendants had completely taken over the brewery and expanded it quite a bit.
And Swinkle survived and thrived while many other breweries collapsed. However, they still only brew the typical Hollister beer. And to respond to new challenges, Johannes Swinkle traveled to Bavaria in South Germany to find new ways to brew beer. Johannes returned to the Netherlands with Lagerster beer, also known as a Pilsner, and made tremendous amount of money.
Starting in 1773, the brewery remained continuously in the possession of the Swinkles. And from the spring of 2014, the executive board of Bavaria was comprised entirely of members of the seventh generation of this family. And including the famous ancestors, famous apparently. The company has seen 10 generations of family ownership. That can't be right though. Sorry, no.
You wrote it.
If there's 10 generations of family ownership, it doesn't matter. Okay, I've done something wrong.
7.
Okay, I've got both things here. So never
Seventh
mind.
generation is not.
They're one of the oldest Dutch families. That's the point.
Yeah. Okay, so we made a website and a brochure to further explain our visit and our experiences.
Yeah, well, this is just a homepage with some general information about what we're doing from the Erasmus Plus project, and in short what Bavaria is, and then some contact information of us and of Bavaria.
So from this thingy, we made some general information, just some bullet points, and a little history, what we just told you, and it's also about what Bavaria does, I think. No, it's on versions. Okay, so it just says basically what we just said, and about the bullet points like where they brew and what kind of beers they brew and what else they do in the Netherlands and all over the world.
Yeah, exactly. The person that was presenting us for about 20 minutes and the person that we also questioned was a very good and very positive example of the opportunities you have to rise relatively quickly at Bavaria. He started. He came out of freshly came out of studying psychology and marketing. That was very interesting for me personally because I'm thinking about going into a similar direction like that. And he started as an intern. He got a call from some person who heard of him, and he had connections to Bavaria. And so he got a call from a person working at Bavaria, and he wanted to start there as an intern. And he was actually sent to Ethiopia because they were thinking, back then they were thinking about getting into the brewing business in Ethiopia because it's one of the last places where you can kind of like be the first one to build a brewery. And in Ethiopia there's a large culture of drinking beer. So he was sent there as an intern, and now actually a few years later he's running a whole brewery. He was there accompanying the brewery there, and they started with absolutely nothing, and now there is a huge brewery producing over a few 100,000 liters of beer every year. So that's a very good example how fast you can rise. It's still a very international company, Bavaria, but it's still relatively small and familiar because it's run by a family, not too many people at the top. So even he, when he was still in a very low ranking position at Bavaria, he still was able to have contact with even like the Swinkle, the top managers and the people even of the Swinkle family. So there's a very good connection. You can rise very fast. A lot of opportunities for people in every department because Bavaria is like every company in the provisions business. Here it's beer, it can also be just general food and stuff like that. There are a lot of different departments. For example, financial department. If you study like economy, I'm not an expert on that, but I think you all have an idea of what you could do, like try to make the most profit, see how much you're investing in certain parts of the world. And then there's a marketing department which would be interesting for me, and was as where Gert, that was the person, I hope I pronounced his name right. That was really, where the person who presented Bavaria to us is working. Then there is a logistics company that is taking care of sending the beer to the different part of the world where they're selling it. Then the sales department trying to make the most amount of profit and stuff like that. So and even like if you're coming out of like an IT part, studying like IT or studying engineering, the machines, the massive machines that are there to produce the beer have to be built, have to be repaired, and the people from the IT out of IT studies or whatever you call it are there to control them and make sure the production is running smoothly at all times.
Yeah, and now we have some information about the Erasmus Plus.
Yeah, so this slide is explaining what we are doing and the whole project, and also a very beautiful picture of us. Like Malte said, Bavaria is actually an excellent company for young people like us, because they don't really look at what you have on your paper, they more look on your ambition, and they see that you want to proceed.
Yeah. And now we have some information about Swinkle's family, about, well, how they run the company, and that they're like, that the 7th generation is running the company, and you know, some general information about it. Oh yeah, and then we have like a here. And we also made a brochure.
Yeah, it's going around.
Okay.
I'll tell something about the brochure. It's like the bullet points we have on the side, you see on the left, and about the Swinkles family, and they in the middle, and they also got a beer that's called Swinkles, but it's spelled with a C for the K. It's like Old Dutch. And on the front we have the Bavaria logo and just the Erasmus Plus project explained. Then on the inside we have these three. What does Bavaria, why we're there, and the opportunities. And as you can hear from Malte, we really focus on the opportunities because that's the main goal of our project. But we also wanted to say something about what they do and why you really should work there. And I think they gave us a really good insight on that. So, yeah. And what does there? You see a picture on the bottom. Maybe it's nice to tell. We got like the beer tour. Yeah, I have it. And we got like what? Okay. We got like these tasting glasses, and we could taste everything from the beginning of the product of the beer until when it's full, when it's made. You know, not with the alcohol and stuff if you're not 18. But
Just tasted water, didn't you?
yeah, the water, because they make mineral water themselves with for the beer because they say it's better. We could taste that and stuff, and it was like, yeah, it was mineral water.
Yeah.
So that's it, probably.
Yeah, and then Joyce is going to tell us something about it.
Yes, so we arrived at the Bavaria beer and were shown to a fancy presentation room where a young marketing expert named Hauk Pierce told us about the company and specifically about the brand he helped create in Ethiopia. And there he assisted in creating the Habisha brand of beer sold only in Ethiopia.
And after that, the tour guide for the actual beer tour had already arrived, and when we were done with that, he ushered us into some sort of train. They took us like on a 10-minute drive to the production site for Bavaria. First we went into like the older production or like factory, which isn't in use anymore, but has like a very like monumental historical value for Bavaria. Because it was one of the first of their own malting and producing factories, and one of the first in the Netherlands and actually in the whole Europe to have both a storage of malt and like a fermentation room. And they showed us some like kind of like weird movie where they like kind of explained what was going to happen in the tour. Also kind of like marketing how good Bavaria is, of course, like giving us like a short insight in like the production and stuff like that. After that, we went to the actual production site. We first started with like these massive towers where the malt is stored and germanized. I think they're like in 1 year they store 125,000 tons of malt each year there, and it's like mixed with the yeast so the bacteria can grow. there. We saw that, and then after that they gave us a few different. They let us try some barley that is used to produce the beer in some different stages of fermentation. At first, like, it was very hard, not you couldn't even like chew, it didn't taste very good, but like over the different stages of fermentation, the taste got better. You could taste that it wasn't like a hint of like beer. It wasn't like fermented, like it was Germanized, wasn't fermented yet. But you could like tell that was getting better from the taste, getting softer. And they also let us try at the last stage 2 different types of barley. One lighter that's used to produce the regular beer, and the darker one used to produce darker beer. You could taste like the scents you can taste in like both types of beer. After that, we went to the water storage, where they had these massive tanks of their spring and mineral water, which they so highly prized. And we were also allowed to try some of that. And after that, we went into the fermentation room, where like all the different products, or no, first were only like the Germanized barley is fermented, so it starts to the typical like, beer taste starts to gets put into like the barley. And then after that, we went to the final room where the actual beer is produced, where they put like the mineral water and the fermented barley together and produce the beer, like these huge tanks. And we were allowed to try some alcohol-free beer.
We should probably mention, seeing these things here, because they wanted to encourage the enzymes to sort of activate and it to sort of germinate. They kept it at a constant temperature. It was this sort of it was meant to be sort of quite like springtime, so it wasn't too hot. Just sort of, it's kind of pleasant. The smell was really odd. He says that the barley seeds and the malt seeds were nice. They weren't. They were horrible. But yeah, it was quite an interesting trip. I like the train.
Yeah, just like the Hobbit train.
And we went train back to the Bavaria cafe, and then we drank some alcohol-free beer, some tequila flavored alcohol-free beer, and well got there.
And we had bitter balls.
No, we had bitter balls, yeah, with mustard.
Yeah. And well, that was our visit.
So, Carl.
Yeah. I'm speaking now. I'm speaking for all of us. We all want to thank you for listening. And when you turn 18, you should try Bavaria.